Imagine living in a house for years, knowing every corner, every wall, every creak of the floorboards, only to discover one night that your home has a room you never knew existed. A room that wasn't supposed to be there. This is the story of the Miller family, a husband-wife, and their 10-year-old daughter who moved into a quiet, two-story house on the edge of town. The home wasn't new. It had been built in the 1960s with thick walls, wooden floors, and a strange charm that made it feel warm but slightly eerie. Still, the Millers loved it. They had been living there for almost 3 years. They thought they knew it inside and out, until one rainy night changed everything. It was late around midnight when the family was startled awake by a loud thud. At first, they thought something had fallen in the attic. But when the father went upstairs to check, he noticed something strange. A section of the hallway wall looked different. The wallpaper there seemed newer, the paint fresher, as if someone had recently patched it up. Curious, he tapped the wall. Hollow. He tapped again. The sound echoed in a way no other wall in the house did. His wife joined him, uneasy. She swore that part of the wall wasn't there when they moved in. They followed the hollow sound down the hall until they reached the end, a place where there should have only been solid wall. But tonight, something was different. A faint outline, like the shape of a doorframe, was visible under the wallpaper. The father fetched a utility knife and carefully cut along the seams. The wallpaper peeled back like skin, and underneath was a hidden door. A door they had never seen before. They hesitated. Their daughter clung to her mother's side, whispering, "Don't open it." But curiosity won. With trembling hands, the father twisted the knob. To their shock, the door opened. Easily. Inside was a narrow staircase leading downward. But this made no sense. That part of the house wasn't supposed to exist. According to the floor plan, there was nothing but solid foundation there. Yet here it was, a hidden stairwell, breathing out a draft of cold, stale air. They grabbed a flashlight and descended. The wooden steps groaned under their weight. At the bottom, they found themselves standing in a small, windowless room. The walls were bare concrete, the air heavy with dust and something else. Something metallic. In the corner sat an old rocking chair. Beside it, a small table with melted candle stubs. But what unsettled them most wasn't the furniture. It was the writing on the wall, scrawled in thick black marker, in uneven, desperate handwriting with the words, "Don't let them see you." The family stood frozen. The daughter began to cry softly. The mother urged them to leave, but before they could climb the stairs, the rocking chair moved. Just once. A slow, creaking rock, forward and back. They bolted, slammed the hidden door shut, pushed the dresser in front of it. None of them slept that night. The next morning, they called the landlord. But here's where it gets stranger. The landlord swore there was no extra room. He'd lived in that house himself for 15 years before renting it out. And he insisted the layout was simple, 2 floors, 3 bedrooms, no basement. The Millers showed him the door. But when they peeled back the wallpaper, there was nothing there. No door. Just a solid wall. The hollow echo was gone. The landlord knocked, even brought in a contractor to check. All solid brick. No room. No staircase. Nothing. The Millers thought they were losing their minds, but they all remembered it. The words on the wall, the chair, the sound of wood creaking in the darkness. They moved out a week later. None of them ever went back. To this day, the house is still standing. New families have moved in and out. No one's reported anything unusual. But sometimes, on rainy nights, neighbors say they see a faint light glowing from a window that doesn't exist. A window in a part of the house that isn't supposed to be there. So I'll ask you this. If you ever find a hidden door in your home, would you open it